What you've done this year is you've added, like, you've got this, like, boiling pot of populist vote, right? That, like, already is attracting, like, people are looking at it and they're like, oh, I don't know. And now you've added this, like, scum of pinheads that come in, and you're going to have Jesus on one side, and you're going to have Piss Christ on the other, right? And you're going to have a clash. And instead of having, like, New Yorkers looking over and being like, yeah, whatever, you're actually going to have New Yorkers on the scene saying, yeah, whatever. And you built in, like, this huge clash, which is, like, why I brought up the podcast. Like, I love the idea of bringing people in to be persuaders, to be pushers and pullers, to, like, go out there and advocate for the art that they think is best. I don't like the idea that they're doing it in a smoky room by themselves, paid, flown in, staying in their hotels, going to special dinners, and all the things that you will have to do with them because that's what they expect to do. Versus, like, finding ways to create a community, which is, you know, what this whole thing is about, right? Fraternity. That this is an enlightenment project. You want to bring attention to Grand Rapids, but, like, your website, it says we are building community. That's like the number one thing. And that's what the New York art world is. It's a community of people who care way too much about art. We go out, we look at it, we talk about it, we argue amongst each other, we laugh at each other, you know, and we do it so well that people spend billions of dollars here a year. It's absurd, but look, that's all that we're talking. And you're trying to foster that in Grand Rapids. Bonus, I think it can be done, and I think it can be done in a way that protects itself from people gaming the system. And what that means is tweaking it every year. And, you know, by, like, gaming the system, that's what artists do. I guarantee you there are a lot of people out there right now thinking, all I got to do is the biggest Jesus next year, and I have the 200,000. You'd be nuts not to think that. I'm thinking that. Like, big Jesus, 200 grand, I can do that. You know, like, not a big deal. Minimalism, like, you know, Clement Greenberg's modernist painting. It's the best example of, like, how good artists are of gaming the system. He wrote that. In return, Frank Stella painted his first stripe paintings. He had a full show at the Museum of Modern Art because he gamed the system, and the system was modernist painting. Right? And minimalism was all born out of a bunch of artists gaming Clement Greenberg, the authority, the $200,000 prize at the moment, right? And Greenberg hated that for it because he saw that they had decoded him, and he didn't like what they did. You know, basically, like, you have to be Google now. You have to constantly switch your algorithm. You have to constantly, like, shift your rules so that each year the new person coming in. But I think adding a layer of juried prizes, like, really all you're going to do is sort of delegitimize the popular vote and, like, show how different it is from the insider vote. You know, the corresponding between those. I think that's the danger, actually. I don't know what's going to happen, and it'll be interesting to see if you're going to do it.
Well, you know, like anything, it's going to be interesting to see, because the whole thing still has this very experimental air to it, where we're sort of throwing stuff out there and seeing what happens. But